Falling for Havoc is a Wattpad novella written by M.E. Randall. Chapter 10, Emily Inquisition.
I sink into the soft cushions of the gray couch, feeling the warmth wrap around me as I relax. My hair, still damp from my recent shower, glistens under the gentle glow of the nearby lamp. Dressed in snug black leggings and an oversized sweater that drapes comfortably over my shoulders, I pull my fuzzy socks closer, enjoying their warmth and softness against my skin. "What do you want for dinner?" I call out to Emily from my cozy spot, my voice echoing softly in the calm of the evening. Emily leans close, her eyes narrowing as she locks her gaze onto me. "You had sex. How did it happen? When exactly did this take place? And who was involved?" Her questions come in quick succession, each filled with curiosity and disbelief. "I want soup," I say, my voice brimming with anticipation. As I open the Dip It page, my eyes gleam with excitement at the variety of choices. Each option looks more enticing than the last, but one combination catches my eye. Oh, that looks amazing. Soup with a warm, soft pretzel. The thought of dipping the pretzel into rich, savory soup makes my stomach rumble in delight. "Hey!" Emily exclaims, playfully shoving me as she reaches for my phone and snatches it from my grasp. Her eyes sparkle with curiosity, and a mischievous grin spreads across her face. "Come on, spill the details. You know you have to tell me, it's part of the sacred roommate girl code." She bounces slightly on the couch, clearly eager for the inside scoop. "I don't remember seeing that clause in the agreement I signed when we embarked on this friendship journey," I say, reaching out to reclaim my phone from her grasp. "It was in the subtext." "Come on, you can't leave me hanging like this." She playfully nudged my arm, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. "Just tell me who it was with. You were at work all day, so—" Her voice trails off as Emily suddenly goes silent, an unexpected look of realization crossing her face. I glance up to see her large brown eyes widening in astonishment, and the surprise is evident on her face. She clasps her hand over her mouth, an instinctive gesture of disbelief as her eyebrows arch high and her breath catches momentarily. I see her huge brown eyes growing wide in surprise, and she covers her mouth in shock. No, I say, waving my hand defensively, my heart racing as I try to deflect her gaze. I'm not quite ready to confront the truth of her assumption just yet. "You slept with your boss," she exclaims, her voice rising in shock and disbelief, nearly breaking into a squeak. The incredulity in her eyes adds weight to her words. "It's not what you think," I tell her, trying to calm the situation and explain how I ended up in bed with my boss after just a week of working for him. Emily raises an eyebrow, skepticism written all over her face. "Really? Because I'm thinking you got freaky on the desk with Satan," she retorts, sitting up straight and crossing her arms. "You'd better spill the details on how all this happened. What makes you think I slept with him?" I respond defensively, my voice laced with disbelief. "It's not like I got it tattooed on my forehead on the way home." Emily shoots me a glance that communicates, "Girl, please." Her expression is a mix of disbelief and mild annoyance at the thought that I would doubt our friendship. "You get that constant goofy grin when you get some?" "I do not," I exclaimed, jumping up from my seat before I had a chance to think about my reaction. Emily has an uncanny ability to tell when I've gotten lucky. Heat rises to my cheeks and my face scrunches in embarrassment at the thought. "Do I really?" I ask, hoping she will reassure me that it isn't as obvious as she claims. "Yes. So what does he look like? Is he attractive?" She doesn't wait for my answer. With a determined look, Emily grabs my phone again and searches for Havoc online. Moments later, her eyes widen in surprise. "Good God, you hit the jackpot." Her excitement is palpable as she goes through the images, clearly impressed by what she sees. "Order dinner while you're at it," I tell her. Emily glares over the top of the phone at me before opening the food app and putting our order in. "There. Now tell me the details. How did this even happen?" "I thought he was ghosting you at work." "He was. Honestly, I'm still trying to wrap my head around what happened," I tell her. "I never expected to walk into the office and the day turn out the way it did. We got into an argument about his tantrum. One thing led to another, and he kissed me." Emily's eyes widen in surprise as she processes my words. "He kissed you? Wow, that's unexpected," she says, leaning back against the couch. "So did he just throw you against the wall and take Secretary Appreciation Day to the next level?" "Well, that's not exactly how it went," I groan, feeling the weight of my embarrassment as I rub my hand over my tired face. "Can you promise me you won't laugh at this, okay?" After a brief moment of contemplation, she nods her head thoughtfully. I let out a heavy sigh, the fabric of my cozy sweater slipping between my fingers as I nervously fidgeted with its frayed hem. "He got scared and ran away," I murmur. "He ran away?" Emily gasps, barely containing a chuckle that bubbles up from her chest. Her eyes sparkle with amusement, a mischievous glint dancing in their depths. I shoot her a sharp glare. She quickly stifles her laugh. Sorry. Okay, so how did you end up sleeping together then? She asks, genuine curiosity written all over her face. Later on in the day, he made a suggestive joke, something cheeky that caught me off guard, I explain. I fired back, telling him it was bold of him to say that after running away earlier. I called him a prude, thinking I was sealing the deal on that argument. And then, to my surprise, he proved me wrong. A grin spreads across my face, my heart racing at the memory. And boy, did he prove me wrong. So it was good? She asks eagerly, leaning closer with an intense gaze that suggests she's hanging on my every word, ready for my answer. So good. I groan with satisfaction. I wish I could share every intricate detail of my day with her. I want to tell her that she isn't too far off about Havoc. He actually is Satan in a way. A bizarre series of encounters left me feeling sympathy for him. I feel connected to him as if my spirit is somehow tethered to his chaotic energy. It's a strange day, and I can't shake the feeling that my soul is intertwined with his in some inexplicable way. Havoc isn't just a fling. It feels too soon to admit that to anyone. Then, Emily presses, her curiosity piqued, eager for more insights into my tangled thoughts. Then I came home, I respond, shrugging as if to dismiss the weight of my feelings. So did you just ditch him or what happened? Emily pressed, her eyes wide with curiosity and determination not to let the topic go. Ugh, Emily, I groaned, gripping my hair in frustration. I didn't exactly ditch him, but I didn't walk down the aisle with him either. It's complicated. I'm not entirely sure where this relationship is headed, and honestly, I want to see how things unfold without forcing anything. And let it develop naturally. Emily scoots closer, her countenance eager. So when do I get to meet him? Meeting the family is a big step, I reply, trying to gauge my feelings. I don't think I'm ready for that just yet. Emily is incredibly important to me, and while I truly value her excitement, I can't help but feel a swirl of apprehension. It's not that I don't trust Havoc around her. He has a good heart beneath his tough exterior. Rather, I need to unravel what's happening between us and navigate the labyrinth of my emotions. Plus, we have to figure out what in the world is going on with me. Havoc looked genuinely bewildered, and there is more going on than what I realize. Whatever happened between us, the bond and the room wasn't normal for him. Maybe coming home and not going to see that little boy was a mistake. But I need time to process today. Emily lets out a disgruntled sigh as she sinks deeper into the plush couch. Fine, but I just hope he realizes that we come as a package deal. Oh, he will. I reassure her with conviction. Emily is essential to my life, and there's no negotiating her presence in my life. Emily gets comfortable on the couch as our dinner arrives, and we eagerly settle in to enjoy a movie that we've been looking forward to. The aroma of the food fills the room, adding to the cozy atmosphere. Not long after we finish our meal, I feel an overwhelming wave of fatigue wash over me. I make my way to bed, struggling to keep my eyes open against the soft glow of the TV. My bed beckons to me like a siren in a rocky cove, its warm blankets and fluffy pillows promising a deep and restful sleep. My dark room envelops me, its shadows inviting and familiar. As I flick on the light, a startled scream escapes my lips. There, sprawled comfortably on my bed, is Havoc, lounging in maroon silk pajamas that catch the light just right. What's wrong? Emily shouts from the living room, her voice tinged with concern. Nothing, I call back, trying to steady my racing heart. I thought a sock on the floor was a mouse. You scared the living daylights out of me, she scolds, her tone a mix of annoyance and relief. Thankfully, she doesn't come to check on me. Sorry, I shout before turning to Havoc. What the hell are you doing here? I hiss, my eyes narrowing as I stride across my room, a simmering glare directed at him.
I mentioned earlier that I think it's crucial for us to stick together, especially considering how strange and unsettling today has been. With everything that's happened, it might not be safe for either of us to venture off alone,
he says. His tone reveals a deep sense of concern, making it clear how much it matters to him. Keep your voice down, I whisper urgently, glancing toward the door. If Emily overhears you, I'll never be able to explain how you got in here.
I can make it to where she can't hear or see me,
he explains, his voice steady and confident.
This morning you were lamenting about not seeing me enough, and now it feels like you're trying to push me away.
A playful grin stretches across his face, mischief glimmering in his eyes.
It almost makes me feel like I'm being taken advantage of.
Taken advantage of? I arch an eyebrow at him, skepticism creeping into my expression. He's hardly in a position to complain. After all, he's not the one who has to rise before dawn. bustling around the kitchen to whip up a hearty breakfast and lay out. Clothes for a grown-ass man. Havoc nods solemnly, his lips curling into an exaggerated pout that only adds to his playful charm.
For my body?
I let out a soft snort, my eyes wandering appreciatively over his sculpted physique. The memory of how he looked this afternoon floods my mind, light glistening off his dewy skin, every muscle defined and taut. Do you blame me? I ask, a teasing lilt in my voice.
No.
He sighs before flopping back on my bed. The comforter crunches beneath him.
I wouldn't be able to keep my hands off me either.
I shake my head and lean over him, the odd sense of familiarity pulling me towards him. Don't you think you're overreacting a little? I don't think anything bad will happen to you if we are separated for a few hours. Havoc's brow furrows as his complexion turns severe enough to make my stomach flip.
I'm not worried about me, I'm worried about you.
My heart swells knowing he's concerned about me. I don't think you have to worry about me either. He sits up, getting nose to nose with me, making my heart pound against my chest.
I have been around for longer than I can remember, and never have I seen a mortal do what you did today. I'm not sure what is going on, but I'm not letting you out of my sight. At least not until we see Cosmo.
For someone that wants to end the world, you seem pretty adamant about wanting to keep me around, I point out. Couldn't you consider this a head start? 1 down over 8 billion more to go? I joke. Havoc leans in dangerously close. I can feel his intoxicating hot breath on my lips.
I've changed my mind.
About what? I ask, drunk on the scent of his woody cologne. Are you going to let the world live? He shakes his head.
No, I'm still going to burn the world, but
His voice drops to a dangerously low octave.
I'm going to keep you.
He says before his lips crash into mine.
Thank you for listening to Chapter 10 of Falling for Havoc. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell for more notifications. You can find Falling for Havoc at Wattpadator on the Wattpad app. Search for my username, reading_mermaid08, to find this book and many others I have written.